Ladies and gentlemen, we have Grayzone Warfare that had just launched yesterday. Happy May to everybody. I appreciate everybody stopping by to watch this video. This is going to be the graphics setup video for Grayzone Warfare. This is what works for me, and this typically is what I see work for a lot of other people. Give you a general breakdown of this game. This game is an extraction shooter. It's not exactly like Tarkov. I know a lot of people are trying to compare it to Tarkov, but that's just not how it is, right? We have a option here between Warfare, which is PvEVP, player versus enemy versus player, which you could play against other people, you can play against AIs. And then we also have joint operations where it's just PvE, or where you can play against you and AI. Launch in with a squad, you can go in with your friends and everything like that, practice up, see what's going on with the game and everything, learn the game before you go out and drop in with other people. So for the game settings, this is pretty much all personal preference, whatever, you know what I mean? Make sure all your audio and everything's set up correctly, your VoIP, your HUD. Here's where we get down to business. I use windowed full screen. You could use full screen, windowed full screen, it doesn't really matter. Select your display resolution, make sure that's set right. Vertical FOV, this is just what your FOV looks like. This will pull you back or farther away from your weapon and your camera. Never need VSync, all your brightness, saturation, contrast, everything. Select your frame rate limit. This is actually going to be a very difficult thing to reach here, so I'll give you guys the secret sauce to be able to pull more frames in Grayzone Warfare. Down here we have the quality settings. This is where we're going to want to tweak it a little bit. This is per build for the quality settings, right? So a lot of people I've been seeing are leaving bad reviews, mixed reviews on the game because their PC can't handle it. They've overclocked their PC. You don't want to have an overclock on your PC. The devs have come out and said if you overclock your PC, you're not going to have a good time running the game. So for my settings, I have custom quality settings. I have everything else on low except for texture resolutions. Post-processing, I also have set to low. Sharpening, I personally put up to 200. You don't have to do this. This is just my personal preference. It helps me specifically with my monitor and my setup see enemies and everything else that I need to see better. And then this is really where you get down to pulling more frames or you get better quality. So depending on your specs, man, this is going to be up to you personally, but this is just what works for me. Intel builds, NVIDIA builds, DLSS. This is a dedicated NVIDIA thing. You have FRS, which is typically used for AMD products, but it does have frame generation. Fidelity FX frame generation is huge for this game. I went from pulling 40, 50, 60 FPS with a 3090 and a 12th Gen i7 to about 120 to 140 in certain spots. I might pull a little bit more. FSR, we're gonna have anti-aliasing disabled. That is unable to be changed, along with the super resolution, the sharpness. NVIDIA Reflex low latency, I have set to on plus boost. You wanna make sure it's on plus boost if you have it. Frame generation, obviously, we're gonna have that turned on. And then for me personally, I have the Fidelity FX super resolution turned on to balance. Balance will help you get that happy medium between quality and performance. You're not going to have too many stutters. You're not going to have too many frame issues. You go over to performance, obviously quality is going to dip down and you're going to have better performance. If you go over to quality, you're going to have less FPS and more of a clear picture. And as far as that goes, guys, that's pretty much the whole entirety of the graphics settings. This is what works best for me, man. Works for a lot of other creators and other players just playing the game, right? Again, you guys are going to want to tweak this yourself, figure out what works best for you, but these are what you can use if you want to check these out and see what it looks like. That's going to be it for me, man. I appreciate everybody stopping by today. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves and enjoying Grayzone Warfare. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.